Okay, can you guys hear me? I have some people in here. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing this live, Marlon. Okay, can you guys hear me? I have some people in here. Yeah. Hey man, how's it going? So yeah, I'm gonna try and do this live. I haven't done it before, so I think I have a setup that works, but we will. The sound is messing up. What do you hear? I can try one other thing if the sound is bad. Give me a second here. The sound is messing up. Let me try this. Does that sound any better? How's that? Is that better now? Marlon, can you hear me or no? It's a work in progress here, so we're going to see how it goes. Well, no, I think the other stream is canceled. Okay, so that's better. Okay, good stuff. The other one I was trying to get it to work. This one good. And it's clear, you guys? This is kind of like a test run, so if this is the way it works, then this is the way it works, so. Okay, good stuff. So, I guess the easiest way for me to go through this stuff, I haven't set a watch list up. So basically what you guys see right here is my list of 100 or so tickers that I go through. So I can do it this way if you guys like it. Let me know. Otherwise, I can set it up beforehand and then I can go through it live after. But for now, I haven't gone through these, so I don't know what the setups actually look like. So I'll get started. If you guys have questions, you can ask them. That's kind of why I'm doing it live. So we have this inside bar. Just give me a second here. So we have the inside bar. So I've only got 5 exiting. Let's do it. Okay, so the inside bar, you guys know, it doesn't break the high and it doesn't break the low of the previous candle. So it stays within this range of this candle right here. And it's a consolidating range. So when you see that yellow candle, which is part of the indicator that I created for you guys, I want you guys to think of a spring being tightened, compacted, loaded, squished down, and when you let go of that spring, you're expecting to see a big run up. Now, we didn't get one here, but that's what we look for off of those, and it's all based off of probability. So this one gapped, but it had a really big run off of that trigger. I'm not going to go back any further, but that's what we look for. We look for those big breaks. So you can take calls here, and then you can mark your targets out just at the top of the wicks. Like that, and I'll change the color to green because my targets are always green. And then you can also look for puts on this thing, and your targets go to those same spots, just the bottom of the preceding wick. So this pink line, if you guys don't know, that pink line represents the weekly swing trade triggers. So that would be the 2 down marker on the week. So if we went to the weekly, we go to the weekly chart, there was a 2 up that finished red. Looks like it's at the top of a broadening formation or pretty close to it. We were looking for it to break 2 down. Now obviously it's far away from that point, but that's what that pink line represents. So inside bar off of American Airlines, and then what I do, guys, is I just click on that little blue flag there. It's a little touchy. There we go. And that gives me my daily, goes to my daily setups. So we move on to Apple. Apple, it was a 2 up, so there's no setup there. So I skip on to the next one. Airbnb, it was a 2 up, finished green, so there's no setup there. I move on to the next one. So same thing on Adobe. Now you could look at Adobe as having a shooter candle right here, and you could put a trigger there if you wanted. And you could look for this to go 2 down. Off of that, I wouldn't. The time frame continuity looks fairly good to the upside, and we are stuck on an inside bar, so I don't know which way this thing's going to go just because it's stuck inside bar. So Adobe would not be something that I would have put on the list. So AFRM, 2 up, finish green. AMC, 2 up, green. AMD has an inside bar. So again, we talked about those inside bars, and you just put your triggers to the high and the low of that inside bar. And then your targets go to the high here and your low down here of the preceding wicks. I'm not going to put it in. You guys can put those ones in if you'd like. Then we move on to Amazon, 2 up, finish green. Activision, not something I normally give to you guys. BA, that's Boeing. So Boeing has the inside bar. We've also gone 2 up on the week. There's that pink line telling me that. And again, we mark our triggers, we mark our targets, and here we look for calls at 218.25, put to 214.60. Here's those numbers I'm calling out on the right hand side, and we've got time frame continuity back up to the upside. So this is a strong play on Boeing. On to Alibaba, same thing, inside bars. So I just move these existing lines that I've already got. I can put in the trigger to the bottom side, and there's your setup on Alibaba. Now again, if you guys have questions, make sure you're asking them. The live chat is there for you guys. I know there's only 5 people in here, and one of them is me on a second computer, but if you guys have questions, make sure you guys are asking. BAC, 2 down, finish green. So this is something a little different. Again, we have this full time frame continuity all to the upside. So we can look for that to go back up. We have that 2 down, it finished green. And when it finishes green instead of red, that gives me a higher probability that we're going to trend back to the upside. So that's what we'll look for on Bank of America. And that one we can also put on the daily list. Bed Bath & Beyond, 2 up, finish green. Now again, if you were looking at this and you saw a full time frame continuity to the upside, you could look at this as an opportunity for a 2-2 reversal and then just put your trigger at the bottom of that candle. Now I'm not going to put it on the list, but that option is there for Bed Bath & Beyond. 2 up, red on BIDU. So with the gap play, so triggers, and then normally, as I say, your target goes to the bottom side, but in this case, your target will go to the top of that wick because there is a gap. And when I say that, I mean there's no candle in between here and here, so there's a gap. And in order to fill that gap, we need to hit this target, and that becomes our first target. And then your next target on the next is just to the bottom of the candle like we normally would put it. But until that gap gets filled, that becomes our first target. This becomes our second target. 2 up, 2 down reversal is what we're looking for on BIDU. Go on to Beyond. Beyond 2 up green, so no setup. And guys, this is normally when I give you guys the videos throughout the day, this is all I'm doing. So at 1:45, 1:50, 2 o'clock, in that range, sometimes 2:30 or 3, I start going through these and marking them out for you guys, and then I will set up the video and go through the video. So nothing on Citibank, nothing on CAT, CCL's got nothing, Chewy's 2 up. So here's a setup on Chewy. Now we are coming into Thursday, but Chewy is really close right here to going 2 up on the week, breaking out of that inside bar, and we do have time frame continuity. So if you wanted to, you could look at this weekly chart here and look to break out of this inside bar and go 2 up on the week. So Chewy, I'm not going to mark out on our daily watch list, but there's definitely something there on the weekly. CL, again, I'm not going to mark this because it's not green, and I'd rather see it green. But we do have a hammer candle here, so it's an actionable signal, and this this wick is about 2 times more than this body. And that's how we identify a hammer candle. And the shooter candle is just the opposite, where this big body is down below. And normally that means a bullish pattern, but we have this full time frame continuity to the downside, and we've already gone 2 down on the week, so I'm going to skip through CL as well. And this is me just going through the process and showing you guys how I go through this stuff. Normally when I'm doing it on my own, I don't take this much time, but for you guys, for your benefit, we'll go through it. So again, here's Comcast, full time frame continuity, a 2-up finish green hammer candle. You can look for a 2-2 continuation here if you want. Again, it's not something I put on my list, but as a 2-2 continuation anyways, but that's how it would look. You'd have your trigger at 39.52 and then your first target at 39.89. CMG, Chipotle, it's too expensive for most people, so I leave it off of there. CRM, so let's put the triggers on CRM because we have that inside bar. We've got full time frame continuity to the upside. Now, this is something where we're still stuck on an inside bar, and a guy like Cyberdog, Strat Soldier, this isn't something that he would be looking at because of that. So he won't trade it inside bar weeks. I will trade it on the day because, again, I'm for the most part, I'm scalping these things. But your trigger to the downside there, and then, your target to the downside and your target to the upside, and that's on CRM. So this is something that would definitely go on the daily watch list. Whoops. And let's move this up so we have it. There we go. So that would be, and again, like I said, there's these 2 pink lines. So that is us stuck on an inside bar in the weekly. And if I went over to the weekly to show you guys that, there we are. This is the inside bar, and we're stuck currently on this inside bar and waiting for direction on the weekly anyways. We'll see what happens on the daily on Thursday. So Cisco, 2 up, finish green. CVS, 2 down, finish green. So again, this is something that we can definitely put here. And then we can move this one here, and I'll just change it to green. But that is our first target. So it's got really good magnitude to the upside. Over $1, it's about $1.50 from trigger to target. So this would be a good setup that I would be looking at tomorrow on CVS. On to CVX. Again, here's one that's 2 down red. It's a hammer candle, but the time frame continuity is to the downside. And we are stuck in a weekly, and we're closer to the bottom of this weekly trigger than we are to the top. So again, not something that I would have on the list. D-Dog, 2 up green. DIA. Okay, this is something I want to look at here. So DIA, something I played earlier in the week. I did a review video. I did a review video on it. Where's my back? I don't know. We're going to do it like this. There we go. Target to the upside. So 3-1 setups, guys, they're very rare. They don't happen very often. I'm saying that, and here they are, 3-1s, multiples. That gold highlight is from the indicator that I created for you guys. I'm going to skip out of there because it's a little bit of an anomaly. But if we go back and look for the last one, this right here, this setup, guys, that's what we'd look for off of those rare 3-1 setups. This outside bar, inside bar, and then we look for this big move. Now, in saying that, it gapped way down and moved up, but you likely could have played that off the 15-minute gap video, and you can check it out on the channel. I've got a whole series of gap videos. There's probably 3 or 4 of them that you guys can go through. So that's what we're looking for off of these 3-1 setups. Now, they've been kind of crummy on these past 2. We are coming off the top of a broadening formation, full time frame continuity, so I don't know which way this one's going to go, but there we go. We can look for triggers at 341.67. First target is back up here, And first target to the downside, I'm not going to mark it out, but it sits at about 338.42 on DIA, and we can put that one on the list. We move on to Disney, 2 up green. DraftKings, 2 up green. Dollar Tree, not something I put out for you guys. DocuSign, 2 up green. DWAC, not something that I play for you guys. eBay, nothing. Etsy, nothing. EW is something that we could look at playing. I'm going to zoom in here for you guys. We'll move that trigger there, and we move that target there. Now, we are 2 down on the week already, so that's something to pay attention to, but we're looking for a 2-2 reversal here to come back to the upside. So calls at 77.92, first target at 78.14. So EW again, something that I would have on the daily watch list. Ford Motor Company, same thing, 2 down green. Now it's not a hammer candle, so in saying that, some people wouldn't want to have Ford on their list. 2 down green to me is a 2 down green, so I'm going to look for a reversal there regardless. And then I'm not even going to move this one because, again, we have that gap fill. No candle between here and here, so we're looking to fill that gap. That becomes our next target. So calls at 12.94 on Ford. Can I get on there? Okay, I'll move that up. Go. Next up, we've got Fubo, no play. GE, no play. So GE is 2 up. Where did we go? EW. GE is 2 up on the week, so you could look for a continuation there. Not something I would do on the daily. General Motors, 2 up green. GME, nothing. Google, nothing. Goldman Sachs, again, we have that 2 down that finished green. We've got full time frame continuity. So again, triggers to the top, targets to the top, and there's your setup for Goldman Sachs. Home Depot, high premiums, big spreads. But, okay, so here's the thing. We can talk about this. Double inside bars on Home Depot. Now, again, like I said, the spreads are too wide for me on this. And usually what that means is if you're buying a contract on Home Depot for around $300, I haven't seen them in a while, but that's normally where they are, in around that range. You're looking at, let's say it's a $300 or a $3 price or $3 premium on the bid. Well, the ask is going to be, $330, $340, $350 typically. So I don't normally look at those because the spread is too far apart. I like to see pennies, and that's not what we usually see on Home Depot. So if we go back in time again, inside bars, it's a double inside bar, 2 straight days of consolidation. And a lot of times what I'll do on the videos, I'll show you guys this, what this really is showing us. And I don't like to use this terminology, but you basically have a flag pattern setting up. And you're looking, and that's basically what it is. You're looking for the breakout of this little triangle, and almost like an inverse broadening formation. Now I know that lingo is not part of the strat, but that's essentially what is happening. It's consolidating, tightening, and then eventually it has to explode into one direction or the other. So again, if we go back and look in time, we look for this blue highlight. If you have my indicator, you look for this blue highlight, and we scroll back. There's the last time we had it. We gapped up, and we didn't quite hit targets. And I'll look for one more here, and then we'll move on. But they don't have. Here's a great example of one, a double inside bar. So, what did I do? Help. Chart settings. I don't know what I did. This is no bueno. I wonder if I do this. Okay. Well, I don't know what I did here. I don't know how to fix it. Where is... Nope, I just took a photo. Alright, well, it's, fudge. I wonder if there's a, hold on, I might have another way to do this. Let's go here. This is not going to be quite the same. Okay, so I'll have to do this a little different. I can't remember what I was saying. Inside bars. Anyways, we'll move on from Home Depot. Not something I normally have on the list just because it's got the big spread. So here we go. IBM also has an inside bar. And again, take this in a little bit of a different direction. So inside bar, we've already gone 2 up on the week, as we can see here. Time frame continuity looks good in our favor back to the upside. So calls at 136.45, puts at 135.07 on IBM. We go into INTC, 2 up green, so there's no play there. IWM, 2 up green, no play. JPM, no play. Coca-Cola, 2 down red, no play for me there. Lucid, nothing. Lowe's, nothing. LTHM, big green bar today, nothing doing there. Lululemon, high premiums, but there's nothing there anyways. Lyft, nothing. Macy's, nothing. MasterCard, 2 down green. So MasterCard is one of those setups, guys, that yes, there's a 2 down green. Yes, we're full time frame continuity, but the premium is high and the spreads are wide. So not something I usually give you guys in the daily. I do like them for weekly swings, though. Meta, which is Facebook, 2 down green. So we can put in our triggers there. We are also stuck on an inside bar there. So we'll see how Meta performs. It might just continue to trend down. We'll see. We move on to MGM and Monster. I don't really like. Moderna, 2 up green, nothing. Marvel, not something I usually give you guys. MS, no setup. Microsoft, 2 down green. So Microsoft is something that we can give a setup for. So 2 down green. We're going to look to go back to the upside. We've got this really good time frame continuity right here. Calls at 270.73. First targets at 274.97. I got 11 people in the room now. Jim Haney, it looks like you zoomed in. Control and scroll wheel. Give me a second here, guys. Again, I'm in a learning process here. I've never, I don't have a wheel. So your suggestion doesn't work, but it was a good try. I did something else. Anyways, we'll figure it out. I'll go back to just the app. Again, inside bar on MU. It's not quite a hammer candle, but we do have great time frame continuity to the upside. And then I'm not going to mark the targets out here. You guys can do that at the top of this big green candle and the bottom of this one here. But this looks like a good setup on Micron. We move on to Netflix. Netflix also with that inside bar and time frame continuity to the upside. So again, let's mark out our triggers here, and then the targets. Again, top of the candle of the previous candle and the bottom of the previous candle. So that's on Netflix. We move on to Neo. Neo's got nothing going. Nike, nothing going except it's just trending up, up, up. NVAX, not something I normally give you, but nothing there. NVIDIA, inside bar, and that is, we are going to call a hammer candle. So let's get this setup going here. Triggers and targets marked, calls at 228.55, puts at 221.06, and it's good magnitude to the bottom side, but based on the time frame continuity, this is what's telling me that it's going to continue to trend up. So we've got buyers right across the board, and a hammer candle. It's an actionable signal. It's an inside bar, also an actionable signal. So we will look for this thing to trend to the upside. That's on NVIDIA. Oracle, I believe, is 2 up on the. Are they 2 up on the year? Yeah, they're 2 up on the year, and a double inside bar for Oracle. So again, do the inside bars always work out? No, they don't. Everything's based off of probability, guys, and I'll always tell you guys that. Doesn't matter what trade you're looking at, what strategy you're looking at, they are all, every single one of them are based off of probability, because nobody knows when this next candle right here opens up, nobody knows what it's going to be. So it's based off of probability. So when we have 2 consecutive inside bars, 2 straight days of consolidation, super rare. I'm just going to go back in time to try and find one here. And the last one was in March. Okay, so almost a full year ago. And that, guys, is what we look for. This right here. We look for these big breaks. That's what we're expecting off of those double inside bars. And again, they don't always work, but probability tells us that there's a very good opportunity that sits with these. And you can see off of this one, yes, it gapped down, but there was the next day. So that's the kind of stuff that we look for off of those rare double inside bars, 2 straight days of consolidation. So we'll see what happens. Calls at 89.21, puts at 88.03. We are 2 up on the year already. So we'll see what happens with Oracle tomorrow. Pfizer, again, 2 down red, full time frame continuity. This thing has just been a tire fire the whole year. Procter and Gamble, zoom in here. And again, this is a 2 down red. It is a hammer candle, so you could use that as an actionable signal back to the upside. Not something I'd give you guys on your list, though. Pinterest, nothing doing. Palantir, nothing there. Plug Power, same thing. We've got nothing. Peloton, nothing. PayPal, 2 down green. So PayPal is something that we definitely can put a setup on, and it's really that simple. So we'll delete that one, and we'll put this target here, and that's the setup, guys. Calls at 78.79. First 2 targets marked out on PayPal. Qualcomm, nothing, but we do have full time frame. QQQ, the Qs, nothing doing, but full time frame continuity and looking to break outside of the inside week. So this pink line, and then on the indicator, this yellow also tells me that we are inside bar on the week still. Okay? Roblox, big 2 up. Rivian, same thing. Roku, same thing. Starbucks, same thing. Full time frame continuity. So here's something you guys might want to look at, or potentially we are at the top of a broadening formation. Now, I always say broadening formations are subjective because they are. They're probably the most subjective part of the strat. So you can draw them on any higher high to higher high, or any lower low to lower low. Right there, let's say. So we've done exactly what it said it was going to do. We had highs, we had lows, come back to the highs, we've come back to the lows, and now we've come back up. Now, are we going to stop at this one, or are we breaking right through to this one? And that's the question. We have full time frame continuity shooting to the upside, but sometimes at the top of a broadening formation, that trend reverses. So again, we'll see what happens on Starbucks. Not something I would put on the list for you guys. SE, Double outside bars there, nothing doing. Shopify, nothing. Siga, nothing. SLB, nothing there. Snap, nothing. SoFi, nothing. Space. SPY with the inside bar. Look at that. Didn't even see that today. SPY trading inside bar. There we go. I'll tell you right now, the gold members will be getting this one as a top 5. Because anytime SPY has a setup, I put it on there. So full time frame continuity. Let me zoom in here. There, Marlon, do you like SPY too? Or are you just Microsoft and AMD? Inside bar, full time frame continuity. Calls at 414.06, puts at 409.47. First 2 targets marked. And again, Cyberdog, not trading this thing because we're stuck inside week still. I know that by the 2 pink lines I've marked out, as well as this yellow circle around the week tells me I'm still inside week. So we can look for calls at 414.06 or puts at 409.47. Yeah, definitely SPY. So that's what we'll look for on SPY. That will be on the top 5. And the other thing, what's the other? The double inside bar I just gave you guys. I can't remember what it was, but that would also be on the top 5 for the Griswold Gold Gang. Anytime we have any of those, they will be on there. So Teladoc, TechL, they're gone by the wayside. I don't look at them very often. Target, nothing. Tesla, high premiums. Actually, I don't even know what the premiums are since it's been down at trading where it is. And again, up at 214. If you played this at the start of the year, you did really, really well. Hammer candle on Tesla, full time frame continuity to the upside. So if you were looking for a continuation, Tesla would be the one you'd be looking at. Trade Desk, nothing. Telus, I don't even really look at. Uber's got nothing. Upstart has nothing. Visa has a 2 down green, but again, very similar to MasterCard, so I don't put it on there because of the spreads and the premiums. Wells Fargo, here's a 2 down green. And full time frame continuity. So that is something that we will look at tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be on the top 5, but it has nice time frame continuity, and it's got that little bit of a pullback. And if you notice here, same thing. We had this little bit of a pullback here, and then we shot up. We didn't hit targets, but we shot up. Now we have another little pullback. Do you get it for 2 days? Maybe, but we play the strat, we play the setups. So triggers and targets on Wells Fargo. Walmart. Okay, inside bar on Walmart. So triggers marked out. Tops and bottoms. Here was the last play on Walmart. Inside bar. It was a fantastic setup. 1, 2, 3. And if you went multiple days, you hit multiple targets. But this inside bar on Walmart was great. Let's mark out. Okay, so here's an issue that I see here. So this is showing us as an inside bar, but if I put the target there, it is the exact same as the low of the inside bar. So we just move it right there. And then we do the same thing at the top. Mark our target out at the top. There we go. So that is the setup on Walmart. Inside bar. Full time frame continuity. The blue line that you see up there is for us to go 2 up on the month. The blue line always represents the month for me. So you can see here again the yellow telling us we are inside bar on the month. We've tagged it once but did not break it. So if I go to that monthly chart on Walmart, you're going to see we're inside bar. We had a 2 down that finished green. And we are going to look to break through that. So that is the setup on Walmart. Now we go to XEL. So XEL has a setup as well. 2 down green. And there's our first target. Good magnitude there. About $1. XLU, exact same setup. We'll change it to green. There you go. That's XLU. That'll be on the list. XLV. Again, this is a hammer candle, but it's a 2 down that finished red, so not something I would have on the list. ExxonMobil, Perfect hammer candle setup, almost full time frame continuity outside of the week. But if we if we hit targets, we will be 2 up on the week there. Okay. I think even before. So what is this? A Wednesday candle? Yeah. So if we hit targets, then we are 2 up on the week as well. So look for XOM on Thursday. XOP. Again, hammer candle. Could you put a trigger there? You could, but not something that I usually put on a list. So guys, that's a video. That's the watch list. Hopefully, I don't know if this worked for you guys. If it did, make sure you guys are giving me a thumbs up. And then leave a comment in the comment section. I don't know if you have that availability to you or not, or if you can just put it in the chat. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, all 12 of you that joined, and anybody who is commenting. So thank you guys, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.